Yeah, but why is Crystal Crentington very important in all of this consent agreement?
Well,
nonsense or madness.
Well, the lady's important because you got to look at, of course, the BGB boys. You know, they really put Dave Bing in. So you would have Dave Bing, their little prostitute, and they were hoping, because he would be like the king, if you want to say it, and Crystal Crentington, by her being in the middle, over the head, to be able to say what's right and wrong legally, they were expecting her to be one of their girls, and that would have made her the queen.
That's right.
But they found out she was our queen.
That's right.
And not their queen.
And on top of that, all the black people, white people, all the people that were born, raised, and in the city of Detroit, we need to stand up with each other instead of fighting against each other and take our city back. Because this city belongs to the people of the city of Detroit. And we are fighting. And we will be fighting.
When mandated in the charter, the city of Detroit doesn't have a right to go into any kind of contractual agreements with the state of Michigan, who owes us over $500 million.
How crooked can you get? Dave Bing owed one of those authorities almost $1 million. He never should have not ever been allowed to run for mayor. Now I'm going to guess that $900-something thousand that he owes to one of those authorities, they're using that against him to pimp us.
He owes money to an authority, Dave Bing. This is my first hand of this.
We had to look at the majority of the city council also, because we got Gary Brown, Chantel Jenkins, Ken Cochran, and we got the two Bud Jeff boys on there.
Snyder.
No, I'm talking about Tate.
Tate, yeah.
What is his name? Spivey and Tate. Those are the two that...
Those guys...
They don't know anything about Detroit. They don't know anything about people. They want to take people's children and say, well, we're teaching them how to pick up trash in the city of Detroit. When they should have had them going to school learning what we should be doing in the city of Detroit, not picking up trash. We don't need our children to do that. We need our children to learn and stop calling them kids because they're children.
And it was
a kid is a goat.
And it was the Detroit City Council who voted for this consent agreement that would hand the whole city over to Rick Snyder.
One of those mutts tried to pretend like he was not with Jeff, but both of them are Mutt and Jeff.
And Dave Bing seemed to have gotten better after playing sick over there at Henry Ford Hospital. What was up with all of that hospital stuff with Dave Bing?
Daddy Bling getting pimped, and he trying to pimp us. He went in the hospital because he can't speak publicly. Snyder went all the way to Germany because that's where his family is from.
Snyder is a part of Hitler's family.
Sure is.
That is a part of Hitler's family. He is the grandson of Hitler that tried to destroy the United States a long time ago.
And didn't so many of us go out here and get on the corners and get signatures about this Public Act 4 headed down by Governor KKK Snyder? Then we go out there and get all those signatures, and now they're trying to make our signatures null and void?
200 and like, what is it, like 50,000 signatures verified. It's not like maybe they don't count. These signatures count.
They count it.
But they want to play games with us like, over here, not yet. Oh, maybe so, not yet. Okay, but you gotta wait. That ain't how the game is played in real life, but that's the way they're playing us because they think they are so bad. You gotta look at where the money is and what the money is doing right now. You know, we didn't get our 40 acres and a mule, but we walk on 40 acres. Forget the mule. We will not give up the 40 acres because we know we ain't gonna never get the mule.
So that consent agreement and that financial stability agreement came out of Public Act 4 because we got the signature. So then they came up with that consent agreement and the financial stability agreement. What was it all about, Eastside?
Well, all the agreements they got is none and void anyway because they're not for the people of the city of Detroit. They're for the people that have the big bucks, that run everything downtown in the city of Detroit. They're not interested in the outside Detroit. They're just interested in Parktown, Greektown, like that.
And Midtown.
They have, what was that? It used to be a Cass Quarter.
Yes.
What did they do with all those people that lived in Cass Quarter? They're living under the railroad track. They live in every place, but in a decent place for them to live because these people want this land.
That's right.
And it's time for us to stand up.
They want to call this Midtown, but that building over there, that's the new Center 1 building. I built it. You can't have a new center. All this is new center. But somewhere, somehow, and it's not on paper that I can recall, now it has become, what do they call it now?
What, Midtown or something?
Midtown.
Yeah.
Midtown.
This is Midtown over here.
This ain't Midtown.
And this represents areas of the city that they're trying to repopulate with white citizens. So,
You gotta come into the neighborhoods. You gotta come into the neighborhoods in the city of Detroit and see what they have done. We got apple orchards, we got trees, we got everything but places for people to live. And these bougie black people that live in the city of Detroit, they need to get the hell on up out of here.
they need to get up out of here.
They need to get on up out of here.
That's right.
Because we're not gonna give up this city for that.
That's right.
And what about that 21st district, Eastside? Or the 14th or the 13th district that you're so heavily involved in?
They have changed it so much. They have really changed it where we got people from Grosse Pointe in our area now and people from way out nowhere, and they send our money to Wyandotte so Wyandotte could give it back to us. That's the 13th and 14th district. That's a shame.
That's a damn shame.
That's a shame.
What's that? 18 or was that $28 million?
28 million.
$28 million of federal funds not costing the city one dime. Money coming to the city. But these jokers send it outside of the city to Wyandotte so that they can manage
Funnel it back. And on top of that, people got to stop talking about Obama. Obama has sent so much money to the city of Detroit, and it never gets to the people it's supposed to get to. So they do what they want, and then they want you to believe that Obama is not for the people. He's for anything else but the people. Obama is for the people of the city of Detroit and any place else because that's who's helping us. If they would release the money, we wouldn't be in a deficit.
That's right.
That's right. Detroit is not in a deficit. Just recently, Obama sent $150 million to Detroit. It's green energy money. Joy Washington is in it, but she cannot get the city, of course, to manage it and release it. When Obama first took office, there was, what did they call it? Anyway, he passed the act when he first got in. It was like billions of dollars to the United States of America. Detroit could have got millions of dollars of green money to put the Thursday power plant back online.
That's right.
And selling power to Florida.
Yeah. And on top of that, I want people to understand this. We got Mitt Romney running for president. He got 5 sons. Not one of them has been to a war. We got Mexicans, Chinese, everybody in this United States going to war. But his 5 sons could go to war.
That's right.
He did not go to a war. And people are talking about vote for him. Y'all better wake up. Because he ain't going to let no rich people go to war. He going to let your poor people go to war.
Here's a good question about Dave being himself, who is, many of us say that he's selected. I know he was selected as the mayor of Detroit. Tell me, was Dave Bean from Detroit or was he from the suburbs?
Dave Bean was
from the suburbs. He owns a house in the suburbs. When he first became mayor, his wife, I think for the first year, still lived in the house in the suburbs.
And she still lives there. She don't live in Detroit.
So wouldn't that make him an illegal mayor of Detroit?
Yes.
I would think
Not living in Detroit, never lived in Detroit?
Never lived here.
he's an illegal alien.
Never lived in Detroit.
So the people of Detroit are screwed, are getting screwed real bad because we have somebody from the suburbs who just waltzed up into Detroit and became the mayor.
Go back to the days of the mob. Dave Bean would be what they call the mole. Okay, you put your boy in there to screw up the stuff. Nobody knows who he is. Dave Bean is black. So Dave Bean can do almost what he wants to do, and it's not a racial thing.
Right.
If a white person was in the mayor's office and doing what Dave Bean did,
Yes.
there'd be an uprising all across this country.
Hey, Eastside Lady, tell me, what do you think is Sheila Cochran's position in all this consent agreement? Because she's always at those council meetings.
I would say something dirty, but I'm going to say it like this. Sheila Cochran has never been none but white trash. Let's just put it like that.
Right.
She will sell anybody out to get what she wants for her friends, her people in the city of Detroit. When she was on the city council, she gave away, what is that, cat riding?
That's right.
She made sure that got away from us. Anything that she wanted to make go away, she made it go away because she had these underlings that was looking up to her like she was Queen Mother. And I'm so sick of all these queen mothers. They ain't doing nothing but people in the city of Detroit, but running off at the mouth. Let's take action.
And for the time, and for every time that she voted at that council table, how did Sheila Cockrell vote?
She voted for Dennis Archer. Whatever Dennis Archer wanted, Sheila Cockrell voted for that. It didn't make any difference how stupid it was. Sheila Cockrell back.
Now it's time.
She's the Archer girl.
Yeah, now it's time for us to do our children in the city of Detroit. Show them what the people of the city of Detroit are made of, and let's fight for our city. We cannot sit down and just have meetings and walk. We got to stand up and fight. We got to take it back by all means necessary.
That's right.
Back to the people.
Can't y'all hear that James Brown in the background? Want to have a funky good time? It sounds good, don't it?
Yeah. You know what? We don't want to sit down.
We want to get down.
Hey.
Tell me this. You know, when I hear people talking about a deficit in the city of Detroit, well, there would have to be a reason. There would have to be a good reason why Detroit would be in a deficit. For the past, I don't know how long. Can the two of you tell me?
They've been owing us money so long.
Can you all tell me about the many city departments that our city council, along with our past 3 mayors, what did they privatize? From the recorder's court to what?
You can name almost every last one of them. You know, right now they're working on public lighting. They're working a public lighting authority. Authority is the most repeating word in all the English Indian treaties in America.
Now I know Belle Isle was handed over to a park authority, being with Roger Penske. Wasn't the water department also affected by all this privatization and authorities?
Well, they're supposed to be affected. They have turned it over to a different entity, but we're still paying. The city of Detroit owns all this stuff because they can't sell it because they don't know how to sell it. But they're making us pay for everything in the city, but everybody else is running it.
Because they gave away the zoo, Eastern Market, Detroit Historical Museum, DIA.
All of them, they have authority. They should take that word authority and throw it out of the Coleman Young building.
So tell me, would that mean with all of these authorities presiding over all of our city departments, wouldn't that mean that we the people of Detroit who are supposed to be running it, wouldn't that mean that we're being shut out of it?
Yeah, the ball. We ain't getting nowhere over here.
You just need a mule because they're not going to give you 40 acres. Get your mule and get your butt out of the city of Detroit. That's what they want you to do.
That's right.
Move.
Hey, Master, can I borrow your shoes when you go buy some new ones? Because my feet, they ain't hitting too good out there in the field.
It's a damn shame we have elected officials who act like that.
And Gary Brown is a Republican. He's a Republican. No doubt about it. And he hates his own police force that he sit on. He don't like the police department. He don't want to give a raise. He don't want to do anything. He's fighting against it. And he was on the police department. Dave Bing is a Republican. We got more Republicans than we got Democrats sitting downtown.
So you mean in a 93% black city, you mean to tell me we have all of these black elected officials who's giving us a bunch of lily white Republican politics in a 93% black city?
You got it.
You're right.
You got it.
You're right.
So that's why we're suffering then.
If you go back during the war, you had Indians fought on both sides. All of them had to walk the Trail of Tears.
Why do so many people believe a lot of the things that they hear on the news? Why are so many people unaware of what's going on?
I don't think they're unaware of it. I think they're just now tired of fighting and nothing is being did. As long as we march and talk, nothing's going to be did. We got to put action behind this marching and talking and let them know this is our city.
It's our city.
This belongs to us.
And shouldn't we be sitting on every city department running it?
Every city department in the city of Detroit. We should be on it.
One of these days, just like we had this gathering here today, we should be downtown around noon, still in our cars, circling around the Coleman A. Young building. The people that go out for lunch cannot get back in.
I agree.
They can't get to their cars and they can't get back in the building because we will be in the way. We can all have our radios tuned to the same station, playing a cool song, We Are the World or something, and with the lights flashing, and one of those cars might break down.
You know what? It sounds to me.
All the way under the Lodge Freeway.
Good idea.
I believe Coleman Young is turning over, waking up, looking down on the city of Detroit, saying, what in the hell is wrong with you all? What are you letting them do this to you for? get up and fight. We got to fight.
We have to fight, don't we?
Baseball,
Oh, yeah.
bats, clubs, whatever we had to do.
Eastside, you've been fighting for a long time in the city of Detroit.